Greetings, Capricorn and Capricorn rising. This is your Western forecast for May 2025. This is a very important month that could be planting seeds to propel you into a new chapter, maybe a turning point. Neptune is a 166-year cycle, and last month it went into Aries. Aries is a fire sign. It takes action. Neptune is the ideal, our beliefs. And so for the first time in 166 years, for the next 14 years, that Neptune in Aries is really inspiring a lot of people to fight, defend their beliefs, their ideologies. So it's also going to create a lot more activism. Now, Saturn is the ruling planet for Capricorn. Saturn is responsibility, discipline, hard work. Saturn, every 29 and a half years, it goes through all the signs, but Saturn on May the 24th is going into Aries, joining Neptune in Aries. Saturn will be there to the end of August, which it will retrograde back into Pisces, which is tying up loose ends. Did you learn your lessons? And then the Saturn go back into Aries in February. Neptune is going to remain in Aries until the first part of October. Then it retrogrades back into Pisces and then goes back into Aries, joining Saturn in February. In fact, February the 20th, 2026 is the Saturn-Neptune alignment that happens every 36 years. And this one is going to be very special for everybody because by itself, Neptune can be the dream that Saturn can inhibit. Neptune can be escaping Neptune, your responsibilities in reality, Saturn. But this Saturn-Neptune, which could also by itself trigger depression and sickness, for different 36-year cycles, but this one is going to start, we're going to get clues of it at the end of May into June, and then it officially locks in and starts this new cycle on February the 20th, 2026. And why that Saturn can be harsh and cold on the dark side. Neptune can be disillusioned and disappointed. But the best of the Saturn and Neptune for you wants to manifest because Pluto is now in Aquarius, in air sign, and it's there for nearly 20 years. Pluto is all this powerful transformational energy, and Aquarius an air sign, so air is compatible with Saturn Neptune in Aries, a fire sign. This July, liberating progressive Uranus is going into Gemini, first time in 84 years. The Gemini is an air sign. So you're having these two outer planets, which can often be life-changing, both be transiting for the next few years in Gemini, maybe up to 7 more years because of the transit of Uranus, is in harmony with Saturn and Neptune in Aries, a fire sign. So then the best of Saturn and Neptune wants to start manifesting for most people. Neptune is the vision, the dream, the ideal, and Saturn can make it real. Most people are going to feel that their dreams are possible. Now, it's in your 4th house, which is home and family and real estate. But on another level, the 4th house psychologically has a lot to do, it's the sector of the chart that deals with the end of matters. And so to have that ruling planet Saturn, ruling planet for Capricorn, align with visionary, dreamy Neptune, locking in the 4th house for the next 36 years. Well, technically it begins next February, but you're getting a lot of signs this end of May going into June, where you are letting go of maybe more limited vision and being more committed and more confident to move into a major new phase or chapter in your life. That is all part of this, the end of matters, the beginning of new. Now, before I break down the Neptune Saturn, and we also have Venus in Aries this month, all in your 4th house sector. But before I get into on the more individual mundane aspects of the 4th house, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. Now, before I get to the 4th house, Venus is in Aries this month into early June. Venus is what we desire and love and value, and it's now in Aries once a year, transiting all of May to the first part of June, your 4th house of home and family and real estate. Maybe with Venus, you're entertaining at home or with family. Maybe you want to beautify your home or give it a fresh coat of paint or buy some art, bring in some new artworks into the home. That could all be the Venus. Now, you got some clues of Venus in your 4th house when Venus went into Aries back in the middle of February. By March the 1st, it went retrograde in Aries until April the 12th. All right. Venus is in Aries this month into early June. Neptune is now in Aries into early October, and then it goes retrogrades back into Pisces, and then by February it's back into Aries for like nearly 14 years. Taskmaster Saturn, ruling a Capricorn, is in Aries on May the 24th to the end of August, goes into Pisces, tying up loose ends with 4th house matters, and then on February the 20th, approximately 2026, Saturn and Neptune align, starting a new 30-year cycle. That's going to be very favorable, where you can manifest your dreams because of the Uranus and Pluto really supporting the Saturn-Neptune. So I discussed all of that with the end of matters, a big turning point, and starting a whole new phase of life. Now, Venus is that planet of beauty and socializing and creativity, and it's transiting through the 4th house. So you might be in the 4th house is home, family, and real estate. So that Venus in May could be ideal for entertaining, vacationing with family, buying art, beautifying the home, putting a fresh paint on the house, on the walls. Neptune in the 4th is with the Venus, could be very dreamy, romantic, kind of idealistic energies dealing with the 4th house. So you could be starting to think about building or moving to your dream house. Wouldn't that be great? But But that could also be within the family, where there could be all this dreaminess, going on with family. Because if there is a baby, if there is a wedding. Now, Saturn goes into Aries, May the 24th, and Saturn will be manifesting and grounding, making commitments, taking on more responsibilities for family members, or a commitment for investing in real estate, or maybe you are really focusing on remodeling and beautifying your home with the Saturn, all that hard work and attention, and with the Neptune, making it your dream house. Now, Mars is important because Mars is associated with making repairs, but Mars is the warrior planet. It's assertive, it's ambitious. Mars rules the sign Aries. And you have Venus, Neptune, and Saturn all in Aries. So the ruling planet for all those Aries planets, highlighting your fourth house of home, family, and real estate, is Mars. And Mars is in harmony with especially the Venus, because they're both personal planets. Venus is often associated with females, Mars more male. Venus-Mars in harmony throughout May can be very romantic energies, having fun, going on vacation, going to parties, becoming infatuated. That's that Mars-Venus. But the Mars is in Leo, and it is 8 signs past Capricorn. Now, you have some clues, because Mars goes through all the signs every 2 years. And last November, Mars went into Leo. December the 6th, it retrograded in Leo. By early January, it retrograded out of Leo back into Cancer, which it remained retrograde until February the 23rd, but remained into Cancer into the first part of April. Now, Mars in Cancer is opposite Capricorn. So there could have been a lot of activity with partnerships, whether it's business or personal. Baby may be a little bit more, being more stressed, resentful, and argumentative. That could bring in the Mars, or a lot of passion to work with and towards all kinds of partnerships. But as we're now in May, through the first part of June, Mars is back in Leo in your 8th house. The 8th house deals with banking, loans, joint ventures, mortgages, and this major lineup of Venus, Neptune, Saturn in the 4th of real estate. The Mars, you could be more confident, assertive, aggressive, more taking action with getting a mortgage. That's the 8th house, to be able to buy a home. Now, the 8th house doesn't have to be mortgages. It could be loans. And to be able, maybe taking out a loan to remodel your home, beautifying it, or just moving. Doesn't have to be buying. You could be renting. It could be an apartment. It could be a house to relocate, to be more inspired with that Neptune Saturn, which could be more like that dream home. Now, every May, the sun's in Taurus from the last week of April through the first 3 weeks of May. Taurus is an earth sign, very compatible with Capricorn. And so where the sun is shining is where your priorities and tension are being directed. But with that lineup of Neptune-Saturn, there's a major emphasis on home and family. But the Sun in Taurus is still drawing your attention to fifth house matters, because Taurus is 5 signs past Capricorn. The fifth house, since I was talking about business, the fifth house, when it comes to financial matters, deals with investing or speculating. So some of you may be really considering investing in real estate or buying a home. Some of you may even be thinking about investing in a piece of property to flip it and hopefully make some money. So that's a risk, that's an investment of the Sun in the fifth house, with this major emphasis going on in the fourth. And maybe that's part of your this letting go, transforming and moving into a new chapter. Maybe of your home ownership, that's a good example. Or going into the business of flipping houses, or going into the business of construction, repairing, remodeling, because there's all that emphasis on the fourth house. Now, Mars in the 8th can also represent, I talked about it being mortgages and loans. So it could be about taxes and insurance, because the 8th house can have also to deal with your financial obligations. And maybe you're being really anxious Mars, but it all works out in harmony with the Aries over taxes and insurance with real estate. Now, that 8th house also represents joint ventures. And you could be going into a real estate venture with others. So this could be a lot of, and Capricorns are all about business, and you're getting clues of starting a new 36-year cycle that's going to be positive, that really grounds you with family responsibilities or real estate responsibilities. That starts to become more clear next February, but you're seeing all the signs at the end of this May, early June 2025. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next time, be safe and well.